What is going on, TubeU? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Today's videos, you can tell by the title of the video, is going to be a diff brace install, and we went with the Per4mance Development DURS diff brace yet again. It's pretty sturdy. I like the way it sets up there, man. It doesn't look as flimsy as the other systems out there, and it's proven. A lot of high horsepower, 7-8 second cars running. Still running the OEM diff. This is usually what you see bolted up under the car, and you know, it was on my last car, worked just flawlessly. So we're gonna roll with it again. Why the hell not? Worked fine the first time, it'll be just fine this time around. So let's go ahead and unbox it real quick, show you guys what all comes in it. Pretty hefty, as you can tell, because it is a pretty sturdy unit. All right, so let's get it unboxed. That's everything that comes in. It got a little bit of swag, throw in the car if you want to. Got some instructions. Don't need them shits. Got piece one. I don't know what the piece is called. I just know, you know, piece one. Got your hardware. And piece two. See how it goes. It should be pretty simple install. Going off of what I learned from last time. So if you're putting it on, thing number one is going to make sure your car is actually, you know, the suspension is actually loaded up. This would be easier to do on a lift, but you're going to run into, you could possibly run into some alignment issues. I saw some guys doing this on a lift, and then they had to get a trans jack to go up there and hold up the diff to try to align it to make sure all the holes and stuff were lined up. But if you leave it on the ground, you don't have to worry about anything lining up, because everything's going to sit how it's supposed to sit when it's on the ground, so everything's going to line up. So it's a little harder to do on the ground, but everything's going to line up, and that's going to be the easy part about it. So it's not that much more difficult. It's just easier on, I guess, the person if you want to jack it up in the air. So if you do have a, you know, a full-on lift and you want to throw the whole thing up in the air, go ahead. But just know that you might run into some alignment issues with the holes and everything lining up correctly. But leave it on the ground. It's going to be the simplest way. Literally just roll onto some freaking ramps like I just did, and you should be able to just slide right up under there, knock it out in, you know, 10-15 minutes if you got everything already set out. I don't have all the tools already laid out. Everything's still in my box, so I'm gonna grab everything that I need right now, and we'll tune back in when we're under there about to start pulling out the old hardware, and we can start throwing in the new stuff. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, TubeU, so we're back. We have everything that we should need, so let's go ahead and dive into it one more time before we go ahead and actually start the job. So obviously we got a ratchet over there, got an electrical one. Got what size is this one? 13/16. For the big dude, should be perfect fit. Got a 15mm for these guys right here. These are perfect fit as well. For the OEM stuff that's already in the car that we're gonna have to pull out. Turn up, there you go. Got those 3 lower bolts right there, and then the 2 main case bolts, which you're gonna reuse, the top left and the top right. And this one should be what's gonna be for those. And for the lower bolts, those 3 at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, see them right there? We're gonna use a 1/2 inch. So a 1/2 inch isn't quite the size. I'm thinking like a 12mm might be more appropriate, but I don't know where the hell my 12 is. I got 13s, 14s, every damn team, but a 12. So I'm gonna roll with a 1/2 inch because it's the closest one I can find out of what I have. Obviously, we have our Allen key for these guys right here. All right. Gimbal's going a little crazy, sorry about that. Like I said, Allen key, I think this one's 5/16. Yep, 5/16. Right there, folks, 5/16. It's gonna be for these guys right here, and these are gonna replace the 3 lower bolts. Got a Loctite, which comes supplied with the kit itself. Got our 2 washers right here, and as you can see, I have string tied to them because the last time that I tried to do this, as you can see, I'll jump up under here and show you guys real quick. Excuse me. So those 2 washers, these guys right here, 1 and 2. The slant one is going to be for the driver's side. So those 2 washers go into, come on, Mr. Gimbal. All right, Gimbal's going crazy right now. I don't know what's going on with it, but whatever. So the square washer is going to go over here. Obviously, driver's side is going to go in this hole right here. So you can see, you can stick your finger in there. You can try to hold it in like that. That usually works, but sometimes your finger might slip when you're trying to hold a piece of hardware up. Screw it in there and hold that in place at the same time. Sometimes your finger could slip, and the last time I did this, the passenger side actually did slip from under my finger. thought it was actually on the screw. It wasn't on the screw, so I let pressure go, and it tipped over and rolled all the way down over here into this little part right here. Now I was able to fish it out, but it made it way longer and way harder than it should have been. So to alleviate that, as you can see, we have some string tied to each one of these now. You can use string or floss, but we use the little floss stick, so we don't have any floss, so we just use some string, and it's a little easier, a little sturdier than floss would be anyway. So we have some floss, so if we do lose it, I can just fish it right back out. Just pull it right back out. Hopefully you don't lose this end right here, the actual string end. Hopefully it doesn't fall that far, but if it does, okay, my gimbal said good night. Anyway, hopefully you don't lose that piece of the string, because that's the part that you're gonna need to fish it back out with. So let's go ahead. We should have everything we need now. Let's go ahead and pull out the OEM stuff and try to get this thing bolted up. Folks, that is everything we need for the diff brace installation. We are good to go. This is the standard version. So for those of you wondering how this version holds up against the MBRP exhaust, this is what it looks like. You see there's no clearance issues. On the website, it asks what type of exhaust you have. It says stock exhaust or other exhaust. And then a separate one says Borla exhaust. Because I guess the Borla comes out a little further with these bends right here. The Borla comes out a little further for those bends. And I guess that has interference with this here diff brace. But as you can see, with the MBRP exhaust has no interference issues for those of you wondering. So MBRP customers, go ahead and get the regular one. You won't have any issues. I guess you could get the Borla one if you want to be extra safe. But as you can see, there's no clearance issues on either side. Plenty of working space on either sides, and everything's good to go. So I'm gonna take it down now, take it for a spin around the street, make sure there's no weird whining or bending or creaking noises going on. If it's your first time stopping by, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you guys get a notification when these videos go up. So go to the Instagram channel at low376slow, all one word. I'll put it down in the description. Until next time, tube you, I'm out. Peace.